Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Maroon TV News. I'm Ryan McNamara.
And I'm Liz Stark.
And here are today's top stories.
On Thursday, National Public Radio teamed up with the Institute of Politics and other university groups to bring a special screening of the long-running game show Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me to UChicago. Our Sarah Claypool was at Mandel Hall for the report.
Thursday night, long lines formed outside of Reynolds Club for a taping of popular NPR show Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. The show features regular host Peter Sagal, Judge Carl Castle, and a slew of games regarding the week's news. Call-in contestants compete for the grand prize of Carl Castle's voice on their home answering machine. We asked listeners what they were most excited about in the show.
Oh, I've never been. My wife has been to a performance and said it was fantastic. We listen regularly, so I really wanted to come.
So I'm a comedian. I write and do stand-up comedy, so I'm excited to see some professionals. I could use a laugh. It's winter in Chicago.
Every weekend I listen to it twice because we always have NPR on and we listen to it all day long on Saturday, regardless of where we are. And so by the time the second time rolls around, I usually know all the jokes and all the answers, but enjoy them nonetheless.
The show normally tapes weekly in Chicago at the Chase Auditorium, but occasionally goes on the road. Spearheaded by the IOP, a host of campus institutions brought Wait Wait to Mandel Hall this week, its first time visiting the university. Worksa was on site to help manage the crowd.
So we're here tonight to help and be volunteers, good partners to our friends in the IOP and make sure everything runs smoothly in the event. It's going to be a good show.
400 student tickets were made available in advance.
It's supposed to open at 8, so probably 7:30 we got there, and it was already like a line out the door. So
they sold out in 1 hour. The remaining tickets were made available to a general audience, but
I don't know exact numbers, but students got a significant chunk, and then there was a portion open to community members, but it is a significantly student-heavy population tonight.
The UChicago taping broadcasted Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time, but if you missed it, you can catch the show and previous episodes online at Wait Wait's website. This is Maroon TV.
On Monday, the campus social justice group, Students for Health Equity, staged a protest outside of the administration's Levy Hall as part of their ongoing campaign for a university-run trauma center. Sarah Claypool has the report.
Monday night, despite the bitter cold, campus group Students for Health Equity held a vigil for the one-year anniversary of sit-in protests for their trauma center campaign. For some time, she and other groups have been working to get a trauma center opened on the south side with the assistance of the university.
It's the long time that we've been a part of something that started before we came to it. Now, I'm a graduate student. One of the things that takes a long time is my dissertation. And that's why I'm here. I'm here because the long time that it takes me is long enough for me to keep standing here and to keep being here.
Though it was intended to be candlelight vigil, the poor weather prevented the lighting of candles. Students held signs commemorating important dates in the last year of the Trauma Center campaign, and a small procession of speakers discussed their reasons for coming out.
So, to see the students fighting along with the members and the community. That is a lovely sight, that is a beautiful sight, and thank you all for being here. It shows a lot. Thank you. Woo!
Despite the cold, several dozen people attended. SHE member Daphne McKee explained her own reasons for involvement.
I had actually heard about the hospital sit-in when it happened over the internet, but I got in EA and then was like looking at all the UChicago networks online and trying to find out more about the school like in the intervening months. I was really bored at home too, and I found out about the event and I remember being really moved by the story of Damian Turner dying in the ambulance on the way to the hospital at Northwestern, and I feel like that really influenced me to join this campaign.
For Maroon TV News, I'm Sarah Claypool.
On Tuesday, UChicago's fashion RSO, Moda, hosted a clothing swap in Reynolds Club. A $5 cover charge granted students unlimited access to Moda's impromptu closet. Participating students were encouraged to bring in lightly used clothing and accessories to swap for other clothes. For more information about future Moda events, check out modachicago.com.
MedLife at UChicago, a community service RSO, is holding a clothing drive to benefit the Chicago-based charity organization Inner Voice. Donated clothes will be given to homeless people in the city. Students and other UChicago community members can drop off gently used clothing at Max Polewski, South, and iHouse residence halls, Bartlett and Cathy dining halls, and the Reynolds Club anytime until March 6th. Students can also support MedLife through its weekly Hot Chocolate Extravaganza fundraiser in Cobb Hall.
Up next is our weekly UChicago segment, where we send reporters onto the field to hear from you. This week, to cheer people up from midterms, I asked students, what is your favorite joke?
What kind of lights did Noah use on the ark?
What kind?
Floodlights.
I was reading a book on anti-gravity. It was so good I couldn't put it down.
Okay. Why did chicken cross the road?
Why?
To get to the jerk's house.
Okay.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
The chicken. I get it because you're the jerk.
So my friend goes to the gym. Do you know why he goes to the gym? So he can have his way with women. Protein way.
What do you call cheese that's not yours? Nacho cheese.
So I heard of a really fun calc game, and it's called Proof or Dare.
Okay, so a hamburger walks into a bar and says to the bartender, "I'll have a beer." And the bartender says, "I'm sorry, but we don't serve food here."
President Obama gave his fifth State of the Union earlier this week. Now, Sean Graff gets a reaction to the speech and the Republican pushback.
On Tuesday, President Obama gave his fifth State of the Union address to Congress. He was trying to address the fact that this has been the least productive Congress in U.S. history. In order to do that, the president focused on executive actions that he can enact without Congress's help in order to continue to move his legislation forward. Joining me today is Emily Rosnowski, who's the executive director of the University of Chicago Democrats. So, Emily, I want to first ask you about President Obama's State of the Union address. Has he seemed to lose his ambition? He didn't seem to have many new proposals in this speech, as opposed to years past when he talked about gun control and Wall Street reform and sort of other actions that seem to have much further, bigger implications.
You know, I think that the big phrase that everyone has been using has been playing it safe, and I think that that's really a good descriptor of the speech. You know, it wasn't one of his best, but it was perfectly fine. He played it safe. But I do think that he did propose some major things. You know, he talked about his executive order that's going to raise the federal minimum wage to $10.10 an hour, so that's a pretty big thing.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Maroon TV News. I'm Ryan McNamara.
And I'm Liz Stark. Have a great week.